Hey friends, welcome back to Trendy DIY 29. I'm back with another video. Okay, so as you guys can see, my patio is a complete freaking disaster. But by the end of the day, this whole entire patio should be immaculate. That is the goal. I want to get my plants in today. We've been having 80 and 90 degree weather for the past 3 days. Do I think we may get another cold night? Yes, but I do not believe we're going to dip down below freezing. But I do have a frost blanket and I have sheets and towels ready to go. Always have something to cover your plants that you know works ready to go just in case, because this is the time of year, at least in my area, zone 7AB, that you never know what you're going to get with the weather. Normally after Mother's Day, it's pretty good. So as you guys can see down here, I think these are my cucumbers and some squash down there. So basically what I've been doing is I've been going through and conditioning all the pots with soil. I just put up the third tier on this green stalk. A fun thing about green stalk is you can just keep building them taller and taller. So I had one 5-tier original planter, and since, as you guys can see, my porch is not that high, I was scared that wind could knock it over. And as you guys can see, I'm sitting very high up. I'm on the 3rd floor. So I decided to order one more piece, which is another one of those rounds that stacked on top of each other. And then I made 2 3-tier original planters. So you can always order just one and just stack them and make them shorter to help you out. As you guys may have seen in the thumbnail, these are the products that I've been using. I have some earthworm castings. This is some stuff, guys, that I got a few years ago, water storing crystals. I'm not sure if it really made a difference or not, but I'm going to try them again this year because I tried to use them when the plants were already big. And what happened is they filled with water and they just all popped up. So I had a whole bunch of like little jelly balls all over my surface of my soil. So maybe I just didn't put them in deep enough. Not sure, but I'm going to take another chance. Worst come to worst, you can just scoop them out and throw them in the trash. That's my goal, but I'm hoping that this will help me to retain moisture in these pots this year. So I have the Miracle Grow potting mix. I have some perlite that's going to help with the drainage, because over time of your soil sitting in the cooler months in the winter, your soil can compact. So I'm putting in perlite to make sure that they don't compact. I can see all my plants, guys, they're doing really, really well. So yeah, I'm going around and I am mixing old dirt with the new dirt. These are my red Russian kales. As you guys can see, they went to seed. Now, most people will compost these or throw them away, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, the flowers are edible and they're pretty tasty. They taste like a fake broccoli. I've even heard some people say that they taste like a cross between broccoli and asparagus. I've cooked my cabbage leaves before, as you guys might see in my one video, how to cook your cabbage leaves. So I'm definitely going to be trying to cook these. So this is just red Russian kale that I pulled out because it all bolted. These have been in for about 2 years, so they're biennial. So normally the 2nd year they go to seed. And then I believe these are maybe some type of, I think these are collards. I believe they could be Georgia collards. And they've bolted as well. So I'm going to cook those up. Not sure how, or I might blanch them and freeze them for later cooking. I just have not figured it out yet. My herb bed, guys, is coming along. Let me show you. So in the herb bed, you guys remember my little plant? It's growing big. I have my German chamomile, lettuce leaf basil, which is not doing well, but I have more. So I'm going to put some more transplants in. I have rosemary, which, yes, I purchased because rosemary just takes too long to grow from seed, but it overwinters well in my area, so I can use rosemary throughout the winter. Lemon thyme, one of my favorites. Lemon thyme and rosemary, I've learned that they will last for years. I pick rosemary and lemon thyme in the middle of the winter sometimes, as long as it's not like getting, as long as it's getting proper water and you're still giving it some nutrients. normally they will survive. Like I've had my last rosemary and thyme lasted me for about 3 years before it became just really, really woody. And then I just replaced it. In the back, I have some dill. It looks really bad, but the roots are still good, if you guys can see that. So I'm thinking about just cutting these tops off and then just giving it some time to regrow. And then I have some more chamomile over here. And then finally, I thought the seeds weren't viable, but they finally popped up. I have some Jolly Jester marigolds, which if you guys have not seen them, they're insane. They look like the big top of a circus. They're like red and yellow striped. So pretty cool. Over here, this is the bait alpha, guys. It's the furthest along. I'm trying to train it to go up this pole right here. So if you want to train it, just lay the tendril next to where you want it and it should be okay. This is the bait alpha cucumber. As you can see, it's starting to produce. So this is the one cucumber I told you guys that does not need pollinators. Only thing is that whatever soil I use, do not buy the dollar store brand soil. I've tried it multiple years to mix it with my good soil. And I find the dollar store soil to be hydrophobic, meaning that it does not accept water well. So your water will lay on top and the soil will be dry in the bottom. I've tried everything, but the soil is just old. And what causes hydrophobic soil is for it not having water for a long period of time. The soil begins to just not be able to soak up and accept the water. So what I've been doing is mixing the soil with perlite. I want to get some vermiculite, which helps retain moisture. And then hopefully that will help to make the soil better. But I have watered this thing multiple times a day, and as you guys can see, the leaves are still droopy. I just dumped a ton of water in there, and it's still just not working out. So definitely maybe changing the soil. Work on lighting for this video because, guys, it's just, I don't know, filming under this on and my videos do not come out as good. These are my early zinnias. They look beat up, and I don't know why. Maybe the heat. These are all the plants that still have to be broken down. I have more more lettuce leaf basil, more German chamomile. The indigo rose tomatoes need to be separated. Berries, crazy cherries. I've found the berries, crazy cherries for the seeds not to last as long as other varieties because I planted a lot of seeds and only got a few plants. Oh yeah, and down here, finally, guys, you guys can see the parsley is coming in finally. So I got the parsley. These are Rosita eggplants. They need to be potted up. And then I have a few different types of tomato. The chocolate pear tomato needs to be potted up. Purple bumblebee. Let's see what else is in here. I tried to do all the real sensitive ones like the peppers. This is the Tam jalapeno that needs to be up potted. The oxheart tomato, which I am looking forward to the most because they're so meaty and I love the shape of them. I'm thinking marinara sauce, bruschetta, yum. The purple boy globe, that one needs to be potted up too. And then over here, those are the white cherries already potted up. These are the long purple eggplants. These are just some peas. I need to put them somewhere. I just brought them, like I said in the last video. Well, I think I said in the last video, because they were buy three. It was 3 for $10, and one of them are like $5, so you might as well get the free one. I have some Cubanelles, husky cherry tomatoes, or white cherry tomatoes, I'm sorry. And in this bed, guys, you can see this is oak leaf or sandy lettuce. One of my favorite varieties, is doing very, very well. The beets, I've already thinned them a few days ago. Those are the Crimson Giant radish. I'm sorry, it's not beets. Marvel of Four Seasons. That actually looks like it's another oak leaf, so I must have got it mixed up. The zinnia died over here. I don't know why. I put a dwarf curled kale just because it was one in a pot and it was the only one to survive. So I just tuck it in there just so it would live. Marvel of Four Seasons. And then some some ruby red Swiss chard in the corner. Now in the back of this, I'm not sure what I'm going to put it. This has just kind of been for the cold greens, just to have them because it's a little bit more shaded and it gets morning sun. So normally I do cherry tomatoes or something in here, but I really want to change where I plant stuff at this year. You really don't want to plant stuff in the same area, guys, because whatever plant was there, of course, it depleted whatever nutrients it needed the previous year. So you want to put something that may benefit off of what the plant that you planted left behind. This over here is the Naughty Marietta Marigold. I popped those in all over my garden. And guys, if you see soil like this, like I found this pot, like look at this soil. It's a freaking brick. And this is what my, the one underneath of it, this one is where my purple cone flowers used to be. They did not come back this year. Normally they come back every year. They didn't get a lot of water. They didn't get like anything. So I feel like that's why they didn't come back. So I'm just going to take these two that are dry and I'm going to beat the hell out of them until I get the soil soft. And then I'm going to mix in some perlite, some vermiculite, some water storing crystals and be good with it. Hopefully get this monstrosity cleaned out. Over here, I just have like some mulch that I stored. I want to use mulch this year, but we'll see if I actually do use it. So yeah, that's basically all I'm doing. And it's really not that easy, not that hard. You know, you just want to mix your dirts up. Don't spend a lot of money, people. Like, you can use old dirt. It may be hydrophobic. Mix it with some other dirt, some vermiculite, some perlite, and you will be good to go. Over here, I don't know what's going on with the Copenhagen early market cabbage. It's eventually going to be too hot. So I'm probably going to put that in a pot and grow it low on my porch. And hopefully it won't seed, but who knows. Over here, guys, down here, that is the broccoli DeCicco, and this is, and I have another type of broccoli, the broccoli DeCicco, or CCO, however you pronounce it. I could barely walk. There's so many freaking pots everywhere, people. That's my broccoli rabe. It's doing really, really well, and these seeds are like 5 years old, which is cool. I got my Empress of India nasturtium, cannot wait. It's beautifully red. And my lavender for like the 4th or 5th year is coming back and it's starting to put on the lavender buds. Now what I do want to do if I can is I want to up pot this. This lavender has been in the same pot since I brought it. And I want to try to see if I can maybe root one in a rooting hormone and make more lavender plants. But who knows. And these, the Cherokee purple people, are so stocky. Look how stocky those stems are. Look how fat these stems are. So they're incredibly healthy. So, yeah, and then there's some kale down there. Kale is pretty forgiving, so I really just plant the kale and forget about it. Like, it'll live. So that's basically all I'm doing. Getting everything filled in. I didn't show you guys the green stalk over here. Let me move this. Ooh. But as you guys can see, the kale is doing really, really well. I'm going to have to I started taking the nets off. I had nets on the other side too. But now the plants are mature enough that the birds aren't going to get it. So I'll probably leave them off. But these are my carrots. These are cosmic purple carrots. I'm so freaking excited about those. They're not going to be ready no time soon. But the dwarf blue curled kale. Finally, I thought that these weren't going to grow. And I'm sitting there like, these seeds are like brand new. But these are the Eureka bush beans. They're taking their sweet old time, but they're coming. Then you have the royal burgundy beans. They're popping up. I think I did 3 or 4 per cell. I have some more royal burgundy. As you guys can see, down here gets less sunlight. So that's the reason why these ones are just starting to push the surface, if you can see. And these are sweet little finger carrots. I feel like it's stuck. Yeah, the netting is stuck in my wheels of my green stalks. I need to get that fixed. But guys, look how beautiful this lettuce has grown. Let me just loosen it up. And this is more of the oak leaf or sandy lettuce. They're basically the same thing. And then I have another Naughty Marietta marigold. Down here I have a Marvel of Four Seasons. I don't know, the Marvel of Four Seasons lettuce is not upright. It keeps falling over. I had a few that like flopped over and then they drowned because of when I watered them. So I'm not too sure what's going on with the Marvel of Four Seasons. I've been trying to grow it for years. Dwarf curled kale. See how the Marvel of Four Seasons are just like floppy? And it was like that before we got hot weather. More Eureka bush beans. This one, yeah, more cosmic purple. This one is unlabeled, so that means that it probably fell out, but I can tell that that is a Marvel of Four Seasons. And I'm not sure what those are. To me, they look like tomato plants, but why would there be a tomato plant in there? But I did have Romas in there, so it's a potential that could have been a Roma seed in there. Ruby red Swiss chard, doing fine. A little bit floppy, but it'll be all right. At the very bottom, I have another early zinnia. Now, the zinnia, I may or may not, I may move it out of this because they get really tall. They get like 24 to 36 inches tall. And last year, it just was big and dumb and crazy. I don't even know why I put it in there. Probably was Russian. So, yeah, these are all the plants. Getting ready for my plant sale. If you guys are in the area, I will definitely make sure that I make a video posting, or I may also post on the community tab on my channel. So make sure you like, you share, and you subscribe, and I will be back with another video.